Lots of big questions to answer today. My panel has been there with me through most of the day. Chetan Bhagat, now as I said, an experienced political analyst, no longer...
Started at 7 a.m.
Started at 7 a.m. Manishankar Iyer is back refreshed of the Congress party. Dipankar Gupta, political sociologist with us. Surjit Bhalla, political economist with us. Manisha Priyam, who's been tracking this Delhi election, senior academic with us. And Seshadri Chari is also back and refreshed. A day when the two national parties are in the studio, but the eyes are clearly on the Aam Aadmi Party. We'll come to the big questions, but just let's give you once again the numbers and just tell you why this is such a staggering victory. Take a look at the numbers first. Delhi 70-member assembly, and these were the numbers at the end of the day. None of us could have predicted this scale of the victory. We all caught the trend, but no one predicted this tsunami. 67 to the Aam Aadmi Party, just 3 to the BJP. Remarkable victory for Arvind Kejriwal and his team. And the Congress virtually blanked out. In fact, blanked out. Take a look at vote share. And the vote share really tells you what exactly happened. BJP got about 33% of the vote. Aam Aadmi Party got 54% of the vote. And a 21% gap is huge. Congress down to 10, down 15. Aam Aadmi Party got 25. So in a sense, the Aam Aadmi Party's gain came from the Congress's loss to an extent. And that really is one of the stories of this election. Quite remarkable. I just want to bring in the big takeaways. What are the 7 big takeaways that I'm giving? These are all my own potted analysis with my producer Vedika Sachdev. They've given me these 7 big takeaways. Take a look at them one by one. The Modi wave has hit its first big hurdle. First big electoral defeat for the BJP after Mr. Modi's historic win in the 2014 Lok Sabha poll. So that's the first takeaway. Take a look at number 2, takeaway number 2. Not necessarily in any order, but these are the 7 big takeaways that we are giving you. Kejriwal has emerged as the Delhi Supremo. Strong connect with the urban poor. That's now Kejriwal's core constituency. So some are calling him the Don of Delhi. Number 3, take a look at takeaway number 3. And each one of these, I think, needs to be explored in the days ahead. Voters' thumbs up to alternative politics. Kejriwal's 49-day rule remembered for what was seen as different politics and not as a blunder, particularly by the urban poor. They identified with Kejriwal's agenda, it appears, in Delhi. That's where he scored his biggest win among the urban poor. Voters say no to parachute netas. Kiran Bedi, just a month ago, entered politics. The fact was her elevation as BJP's chief ministerial candidate simply did not work. She just could not make the transition from policewoman to politician. Takeaway number 5. And these are 5, as I said, 7 big takeaways. Voters have rejected negative campaigns. Voters have said no to negative campaigns, no to cartoon ads. Somewhere, Narendra Modi, who ran a positive campaign, Achhe Din Aayenge in Lok Sabha, ran a negative campaign in the Vidhan Sabha. Kejriwal was the beneficiary. The message of the voters, we don't like negative campaigns. 6th factor. These are 7 big takeaways. 6th big takeaway, boost for regional satraps. Mamata Banerjee is celebrating in Asansol. Janata Dal United, Bihar big election. Nitish celebrating. Mulayam too is hailing Kejriwal's win. All of them, in a sense, have got fresh muscle. We have to see how that plays out in the weeks and months ahead. The 7th big takeaway for us, the Congress is a non-entity. The country's oldest party has been reduced to irrelevance in yet another state. These are the 7 big takeaways of what has happened, which is why this election has become so significant. That's what we are looking at in this election. I'm told that Yogendra Yadav of the Aam Aadmi Party will be joining us shortly, and we'll try and ask Yogendra, who's been, in a sense, many believe the Chanakya or the advisor to Arvind Kejriwal. But Manishankar Iyer, would you agree with those takeaways that I have? The Congress reduced to irrelevance in a way, and the Modi wave ebbing. So both the BJP and the Congress have much to introspect.
Yep, I agree with number 7 that we have been reduced to irrelevance in Delhi. We have been reduced in Delhi. Whether we remain irrelevant or not depends upon us. We have to restore our relevance, and for that a number of steps will have to be taken. I hope that the scale of our defeat will enable us to make the major move forward that has been absent for the last 8 or 9 months.
You know, that's an interesting point you're making. Also joining me, Seshadri Chari. Seshadri Chari, how are you interpreting this?
No, there are 2 more takeaways. One is the voters' resolve to maintain what is called a healthy political federalism.
Yes.
So that has also been strengthened.
Yes.
BJP is one of the points that BJP said was, जो सरकार केंद्र में वो राज्य में. that people have rejected.
Okay, so
that is in a
you're
way-
not willing to accept that the Modi wave has ebbed. You believe...
Another
No, you
another
don't
thing
believe
is-
the Modi wave has ebbed. You don't accept
another-
my takeaway that the Modi wave has ebbed.
Another thing is, unlike the politics of 70s, 80s, 90s,
Yes.
ideology has no place in politics anymore. No ideological stand was taken by any party. It was all about governance. It was all about convince the voters that, look, I can do better than so-and-so. The so-and-so saying that, look, I have got more experience, I can do better.
Okay,
That is what
let me see if I have my Aam Aadmi Party guests also joining me at the moment. Raghav Chadda, I'm told, of the Aam Aadmi Party is joining us at the moment. We hope to also be joined by Yogendra Yadav a little later. But Raghav Chadda, am I to see this verdict as a pro-Kejriwal verdict, or as I've been saying, the big question, is it a BJP's loss? You capitalized on certain self-goals that perhaps the BJP scored, one of which I'm going to explore now is Kiran Bedi. Was that the opportunity you seized on, or was this a positive campaign that you won on?
So, I think there are a couple of things a couple of takeaways from this entire election. Number one, it's a pro-people and pro-positivity mandate. People have outrightly rejected the negative politics of the Bharatiya Janata Party. They've rejected the politics of turncoats, politics of opportunism, and the propaganda blitz that the BJP used in order to malign the AAP all throughout the campaign. That's one. Number two, well, certainly there were some, mistakes on the part of the Bharatiya Janata Party. The Aam Aadmi Party capitalized on that. We came out with I would say we came out with a positive manifesto. We came out with good candidates, and the rest was done by the BJP's local unit. And they essentially translated the Delhi Assembly elections into a prestige battle for the BJP. And the kind of negativity, the slanderous campaign, the vicious statements made by the topmost leaders, help facilitate this victory for the Aam Aadmi Party.
Okay, so you're looking at the negative campaign, but can I just for a moment, one of those takeaways, let's settle this once and for all. Because, is Kiran Bedi going to be held responsible for this defeat? I saw a tweet that you gave, Chetan, where you only gave 5% of the response.
50% for
you
me.
blame Modi for 50% of the defeat, only 5% to Kiran Bedi.
50% Modi, 25% the iron dome of chamchas around Modi, 20% for Delhi BJP and 5% to Kiran Bedi, because Modi is the captain of the
So you think, given the scale of the victory, whether it was Kiran Bedi or whether it was anyone else, the BJP could have never won this election?
You remember Ghar Ghar Modi, Har Har Modi? Do you see that now anymore? There was a time, it's not sustained. Maybe it could not have been sustained, but it's not there. See the message on the wall.
But was Kiran Bedi the mistake? Because Manisha Priyam, you have said right through that you believe Kiran Bedi was a blunder. You believe that Kiran Bedi was the wrong person to take on Arvind Kejriwal. What option did the BJP have? With this mandate, anyone that you had put before Arvind Kejriwal would have probably lost.
There may be other reasons also, but Kiran Bedi was certainly a big blunder. Not 5%, maybe at least 40 to 50%.
No, but it was Modi's decision. I'm just saying, you cannot say Kiran Bedi's fault. You know what I mean?
No, I'm just saying that in the ultimate analysis, it could have been the fault of the person who put her there. But look at what she does on the ground. No connect with the people. The moment she opens her mouth, the people get disappointed. People say, बात विचार हमसे connect नहीं होता, हमारे ऊपर इंस्पेक्टर राज लाद दिया. What they wanted to get rid of was daily rent extraction by the police, and what they don't find the BJP promising to them is precisely a nijat from this. Now, therefore, I find Kiran Bedi to have been a liability, but it also upsets the workers, it also upsets the traditional party leaders. Harshvardhan had got them 32 seats. The person who's won here, Mr. Vijender Gupta, not even looked at by the party.
Surjit, was she the mistake? I mean, is it fair to blame? I mean, did the BJP, let me put it differently, did the BJP lose this election in the last couple of weeks, or did they lose this a couple of months ago, given the poor state of their poor condition of their state BJP leadership?
Let's say there are 10 other reasons, and then there's Bedi.
Yes.
What we have is actually your own polls and opinion polls basically catching the change, and it happened within a day or two of Ms. Bedi being appointed as the chief ministerial candidate. Go back to your own shows in which I participated. There was 1 or 2 days. Actually, she hadn't even been there long enough, and it changed. So therefore, what we have to look at is that basically her ineptitude, complete ineptitude as a politician could not have come across in 1 or 2 days, such that the
was
mood
it
of
her
the
ineptitude
so
or
something
Arvind
changed.
Kejriwal's communication skills,
Better.
the fact that he was just a better leader?
Better leader.
Narendra Modi was better than Rahul
Again-
Gandhi at the center.
Better leader.
Kejriwal was better than Bedi at the state level.
Again, as Chetan has emphasized, as I've emphasized, listen, Your own Cicero poll
Yes.
had the BJP leading by about 37, 38 seats to about 29, 30 seats.
Yes.
Just 24th or 25th of January.
Yes.
Just look at that. Something happened. I'm not saying, look, it's obvious something huge happened. But to blame it on Bedi is a mistake.
Can I put what could have happened? Your Prime Minister called at a Ramleela Maidan, goes and calls Arvind Kejriwal a urban Naxal.
Yeah.
He had never taken on Kejriwal in the Lok Sabha election, even in Varanasi. He stayed away. He didn't treat Kejriwal even as a rival. Suddenly Kejriwal was lifted to the level of Modi. You ran a negative campaign and then you bring in Kiran Bedi, alienating your entire state leadership. What was, according to, was it a combination of these factors that has resulted in such a humiliating defeat?
In parliament election, Kejriwal was not the person to
Yes.
be taken on. Whereas in Delhi election, Kejriwal was important, and the election results have proved it. Our own assessment was that we will be able to take on him with an increased percentage. But to tell you very frankly, we
Yes.
did take an assessment. After the Ramleela Maidan, we decided that we do not have a leader of a stature who can take on Kejriwal.
Did you fall into Kejriwal's trap? He turned this into a chief ministerial contest saying, who do you have to take me on as chief minister? You felt, let's get someone.
Yeah.
You could have done what you did in Maharashtra and
not
Haryana.
had a leader.
This was
Not
not the
had a
question.
leader.
That was not the question in Maharashtra or some other
You
states.
believe chief minister
It
was an
not
issue
there.
here?
Chief
No, but
minister
not
was a
announced
very
first.
big
So
issue here
Kejriwal was
because that was the issue that was created. People's memory was there that this man was made the chief minister. He took the help of the he said he will not take the help of the Congress, but then he took the help of the Congress, ran away within 49 days. That stuck to him. Then Kejriwal also, in a very smart move, changed his own discourse. He said yes. First he said no, I am not a culprit. But then he said yes, what
He
I did was
admitted a
wrong. He
mistake.
admitted.
No, the Kejriwal led the BJP.
Yeah, first he said I didn't do that. He first blamed the Congress and then the BJP. That is why I had to resign. All these things he said. Then good counsel must have prevailed. See, he is a political animal, all said and done.
Can I just bring in for a moment Dipankar Gupta, because Mr. Gupta, you've been saying that you believe that was one of the turning points, the day that Kejriwal admitted, and I'm not talking now, 8 months ago, around June, July, when Kejriwal began openly admitting, I made a huge mistake by resigning as Delhi chief minister. You believe Indian politicians don't admit that too often. Once you do get public sympathy.
Well, as I said, after Gandhi, nobody has apologized ever in Indian politics. But I don't think that was a turning point as much as it sort of blunted the rough edges of Kejriwal. It made him more acceptable as a person. Here's a man who's saying that I'm sorry and I won't do it again. And then comes a Pass-Sal Kejriwal and that makes a big difference. But coming to Kiran Bedi again, the fact that those 49 days, the 2 nights were aimed at police people. The whole thing was aimed at police people. And then BJP does something, just unthinkable. They get a police woman to fight against him. That was the absolute
So
wrong
you believe
choice.
a policewoman is the wrong choice, particularly in an urban locality. People fear the police, they don't respect them as much in urban poor.
Remember, the 49 days plus 2 nights were against the police, and that is what gave Kejriwal that core support structure, if you agree with me on that. And with that core support structure in mind, BJP should not have fielded a policewoman.
The person who tracked Kiran Bedi's campaign was Sanjay Kaul of the BJP. He was virtually her right-hand man right through the campaign. Today, Sanjay Kaul, are you willing to admit you made a mistake?
Yeah, but I would not like to limit it just to one factor. As you would understand, anything as widespread as this, a loss as widespread as this cannot be based on just one factor. And I think, like I maintained all day long, that there has to be a series of errors somewhere down the line, and it's not necessarily only about this campaign or this last month of campaigning or the strategy. It has to be something deeper than that, because if you really look at it,
what is it? Is it that? May I ask you, Sanjay Kaul?
1, 2, or 3 times.
No, what is it? Is it that your state unit simply has not understood the changing Delhi? You've still had an older leadership which has fought elections in a very traditional way. Arvind Kejriwal outmaneuvered you. He outmaneuvered you on social media. He outmaneuvered you on in terms of the nature of his positive nature of his campaign. He did to you what I've said earlier. He did to you what Narendra Modi did to the Congress. He was always a step ahead of you. Is that what happened, that your leadership in the state level is simply not good enough? It's incompetent.
Even if I were to disagree with the other things, I think I'll have to admit that we were outmaneuvered by the voters. So all of that can hold, and I don't really intend to get into an argument on that, because all of these factors could possibly be reasons. But like I said, there is not one reason, number one. Number two, I'm hardly going to be able to discuss those, because that's something that we want to introspect and work on, hardly open for public discussion. But yes, there is no doubt about the fact. But I've always maintained the silver lining is that the BJP has continued to retain its stronghold of 33%, 36%, even when it loses. So the only difference being this time, of course, the stupendous percentage of votes that are transferred to the other party have brought us to a situation where we are just 3 seats now. Yes.
Raghav Chadha, how did you outmaneuver
Mr.
Narendra Modi and Amit Shah? We thought they were invincible. On social media, I see that the Aam Aadmi Party trends almost as much as the BJP. I see that within a moment of the Imam, for example, making an appeal, vote for the Aam Aadmi Party, you quickly said we want to have nothing to do with the Imam. You were very, very nimble. Who was behind this campaign? Was there an individual? Was it a group? Who do you attribute this ability to outmaneuver this seemingly invincible Amit Shah and Narendra Modi?
Well, I attribute all this to the honesty, the uprightness, the allegiance of my party leaders. The brains
those are
behind
nice
this
words.
victory are
No,
volunteers.
there was a brain. Who was
And
the
all
brain? I'm trying to understand the brain. Is there a brain or not? There's a brain ticking. Just as Narendra Modi's brain is ticking, I get a sense Arvind Kejriwal's brain is constantly ticking.
collective.
These are two modern day
No,
politicians.
Of course, the elections were fought under the leadership of Mr. Kejriwal. He was the chairperson of the Delhi Election Committee group, and of course, he is entitled to be, all this victory must be attributed to him. But at the same time, I would also say that it is a collective effort of the entire party, of our cadre, of our volunteers, who have relentlessly, tirelessly, with all honesty and uprightness, have worked for the past 7 to 8 months. Now, just one quick response to what the BJP spokesperson said. I think it's very puerile to term this victory of the Aam Aadmi Party by, on the account of a demise of the Congress party as far as the electoral politics in Delhi is concerned. It's very puerile and churlish. If you look at the BJP's vote share, they got about 44% of the votes in Lok Sabha 2014, in May 14. Now they're reduced to 32. So the Aam Aadmi Party has eaten into the vote share of the BJP also, as well as the Congress and the miscellaneous vote share. We have inherited their voters, and I hope that we only inherit their voters and not their politics.
Okay, but that's in the context of May 2014. But Manishankar Iyer, let me just pursue this, and I also want to bring in Chetan on this. Look at Manishankar Iyer, what Kejriwal does. He takes on the BJP on social media. Your leader Rahul Gandhi is not even on Twitter and Facebook. He quickly reacts to the Imam's comments. He is there offering a positive agenda. Delhi dialogue, conducts various debates in public. He's out there. Your leader does the disappearing act. He's not on social media. He doesn't do these Delhi dialogues. He doesn't communicate. Narendra Modi did it in the 2014 election, attracted people. Kejriwal did it in these elections. Would you concede that your leader doesn't have the nimbleness or even the fight that a Kejriwal showed or that Modi showed in the general elections?
I have to confess that we lacked a strategy, we lacked tactics, we lacked methodology. The fact of the matter is that we had lost this election even before it began.
Are you practicing old style politics? Politics has changed. Constant communication, offering agendas. 70-point agenda was offered by AAP. I don't know what the Congress offered an agenda, but only 10 days ago.
Therefore, it's obvious that there has to be a thorough revamp of the manner in which we run the party and the manner in which we approach election.
Should Rahul Gandhi be part of that revamp and maybe say I'm just not good enough to be in politics? Maybe
he should undertake that revamp, and I understand that that's what he intends to do.
You keep saying that, and after every defeat you say that. But before I bring you Dipankar, just a point. Do you believe as a person, you're a youth icon, and I've seen that. Young people gravitate to Chetan Bhagat. Is there something to be a leader of a younger India? You have to communicate with them. You have to constantly engage. Arvind Kejriwal did it. Kiran Bedi was not able to do it. Satish Upadhyay certainly can't do it. Harshvardhan can't do it.
You have to talk to them, not down to them. You have to talk to them, you have to listen to them, they have to see you. Even if you make mistakes, it's okay. It only makes you come across as more real. And you say, my bad, I made a mistake. And that's okay. But you cannot fly.
Do you see similarities therefore with Arvind Kejriwal and Narendra Modi?
Of course.
Are Arvind Kejriwal and are there more similarities than actually differences between them?
Of course there
Both
are.
are their own high commands as well.
There was a time where people were upset with Arvind for he could have disrupted Mr. Modi's campaign, and that was a lot of anger for Arvind because people liked Modi to win the election. Now that is not there. Now that allure of Modi ji has gone to a certain extent. I'm not saying he cannot bring it back. It's not like the Congress situation at all. He can quickly reinvent
But I just want to pursue this for a moment before I take a break. Is Kejriwal very similar to Modi, which is why he understood in the Delhi context what Modi understood in the national context? I need to widen my base. I need to engage with people. I need to communicate. I need to offer a positive agenda. 5 saal Kejriwal, ab ki baar Modi sarkar. I see similarities more than differences between the two.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, you have to play the game if you want to survive today. You can't operate by old rules. You have to be nimble. You have to be quick. You have to be able to respond instantly. And also, for one of your takeaways,
yes,
parachuting of netas.
Yes.
If we were to generalize that, extend that a little more, you will see that same antipathy towards parachuting of netas is there with respect to Rahul Gandhi. He's also seen as a parachuted neta.
He's a parachute neta who doesn't do 24/7 politics. Surjit, I know I want to take a break, but I must get you to say it once again. You believe he should be doing something else with his life, not politics.
Absolutely, because politicians, or if you will, are born. He was not born a politician.
You really believe politicians are born?
Yeah.
Kejriwal is a born
got to be in the
politician?
guts. It's a
you
guts.
believe that Kejriwal is a born
Just
politician?
like I think you're a born politician, I may be
I'm
a born politician. In the sense it's in the guts. No, let me correct that. In the sense
I don't
that
have
you
a
love
thick skin.
politics.
I don't have a
you
thick
love
skin.
politics. You
I love politics, but I don't want to be a politician.
So therefore, a necessary condition
Yes.
is that you have to love politics.
Yeah.
It is absolutely clear that Rahul Gandhi does not even like politics, let alone love it.
Is that true, Mani?
I don't think he is.
Does he like politics? Be honest, Mani.
No. Why am I ever dishonest? What is the implication of your question?
My implication of your question is that you are going to give me a politically correct answer, not an honest answer.
I'm giving you an answer which I have been consistently giving,
yes,
not only to you but to several others,
yes,
over the course of the last 9 months.
Yes.
I think it is time Rajiv Gandhi took charge of the party.
Rahul Gandhi.
He is
Rajiv
not
Gandhi is
in
gone.
charge.
Yeah.
Sorry, I mean
Rahul Gandhi, yes.
Rahul has not,
that's okay. That's okay. Mani. Yes, go
He's
ahead.
a friend of mine.
Yes.
Rahul Gandhi is not the president of the party.
Okay.
And therefore, he's working with a team that is not his own team. I don't think we'll be able to judge Rahul one way or the other until he becomes the president.
And you think he should become? Actually, this is the time that he should take over.
You're saying his mother and
yeah, okay. So you're saying this is the time has come for Rahul Gandhi. Mani Shankar Iyer believes the time has come for Rahul Gandhi to become the president of the Congress party.